everybody. This is The Real Deal with Evan Neill. It's a new show here on YouTube where I'm going to be reviewing different movies, television shows, perhaps books, anything in the world of pop culture that I find interesting. I like to talk about. I'll bring that here. Just to give you a little bit of an idea about who I am, my name is Evan Neill. I am a cinephile. I enjoy just about any movie you put in front of me. I love television, and I'm really excited about this new era of television. We're really in a golden age of television where long stories are being told, and being told very well. And that's kind of what I want to talk about here on my first episode. Today, what I'd like to do is talk to you about 3 different shows that you can right now view during the quarantine and give you something to do so that there is at least a little joy in your life or a little distraction outside of what we're dealing with. The first show I want to talk to you about is right now available on Hulu, and that's Killing Eve. If you haven't seen Killing Eve, you are missing out. I have to admit, I was a little late to the game when it came to Killing Eve. My wife actually had watched the first couple of seasons before I really thought about taking a look at it. It wasn't really on my radar. So I was very surprised when I sat down with her and binged about the first 3 episodes in one evening. Killing Eve is a story about an assassin who loves what she does, and the woman, Eve, who is trying to track her down and stop her. Things get complicated. Things get very muddy very quickly. There's ideas of obsession. There's ideas of love. There's a lot of confusion. But Killing Eve is one of those stories that goes there. If you're tired of shows that play it safe, you're going to really enjoy Killing Eve. Give it a shot. You can watch the first 2 seasons right now on Hulu. The 3rd season is airing right now. We have YouTube television and BBC America on there, so we're able to view it there. If you get the BBC America app on Hulu or another streaming device, you should be able to catch up as well. So that's my first recommendation for you, Killing Eve. You will not be disappointed. My second recommendation comes with a little bit of restriction, and it's on Apple TV. And this one is called Servant. I am halfway through the first season of Servant. It's a new show brought to us by M. Night Shyamalan, and he, in my opinion, has been very hit or miss. A lot of his movies and shows carry a sense of dread, a sense of foreboding with it, and the good ones do it very well. And I've got to say that Servant is one of the good ones. It's the story about a family kind of torn apart by the death of a baby, and what happens when the nanny for that particular baby shows up one night and accepts the job. So right away there's a lot of questions as to how this nanny can fit into their lives, why they would need a nanny when the baby has passed away, what is that thing in the crib. A lot of dread, a lot of great questions, and fantastic acting. One thing you'll notice about Servant is that it is all based on mood. The feeling of the home, the atmosphere, it's very thick. It's one of these shows where we can sit and watch 2 people talk for a while and not get bored. Not a lot of shows can pull that off. So I really tip my hat to Servant. It's another show that you can enjoy. Like I said, the little exception on that is that it's only on Apple TV. So if you don't have that streaming service, that's one of the shows that you would not be able to watch. Now, my last recommendation is available on Hulu right now as well, and that's Motherland Fort Salem. A lot of you may not have heard of this show. It kind of snuck up on me. I gotta be honest with you, and I saw an advertisement for it on Hulu, and I decided to check it out and take a look, and Motherland Fort Salem is probably the best new addition to television right now. It's a story about a fictionalized America in which witches, yes, witches, are our main source of military support. The witches are training, they train in their craft, They do a lot of things that might seem silly at first, but the more you get to watching the show, you see all of the lore and the mythology behind witches played out in a more realistic, modern way. And the characters don't disappoint. We're following 3 lead witches as they are cadets in this Fort Salem, and we get to see what happens in their lives as they're dealing with a terrorist faction of witches known as the Spree. The Spree are pretty heartless. The show, I'm not giving much away. You will see in the first moments of watching episode 1 how ruthless this organization is. But it is a fantastic show, well worth watching. So there you go. There are 3 recommendations you can watch right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's brief, it's to the point. That's how I like to keep things. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. I'm starting a new channel right now. I will try and get out at least 1 video a week. My next video is going to be talking about a movie recommendation that you can view right now on Netflix. So I'm going to try and keep everything within your grasp. If there's something that you really cannot watch that I found on some strange Taiwanese website, I'm not going to recommend that here on this site. I'm going to talk to you about the things that you can see today and the things that you can recommend to other people. So I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe below. Wait for my other videos to come out, and we'll enjoy a little bit of conversation about the best of movies, the best of television, everything pop culture that's out there. Again, this is The Real Deal with Neill, and I hope you have a good day.